Hello everyone, welcome back to Pinoy Mamba channel. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll be posting some more 2K content soon, especially when NBA 2K26 is just around the corner. This year the cycle will end once again, and I would say I'm quite proud of how I've done and how I managed to finish this year. Currently, I'm rocking the Veteran 2 rep. I was supposed to get the Veteran 3, but basically I went for a couple of breaks playing NBA 2K25, went for a holiday as well as basically went for work and didn't have much time to play for the game. But I'm really happy for my performance so far for the whole year. I would say this year I've grinded too intensely in the game compared for the past 2Ks. Basically, I've started 2K20, which wasn't a good start for me because mainly my internet connection was bad. So playing online games or playing online recs or grinding for the reps wasn't quite good enough. Then I returned back after 3 years stint, so it's probably at around 2K23, which was a rough start for me as well because the 2K community wasn't as forgiving like for new starters, and I made a bad build, making a point guard that was like too that needed too much skill to be handled and to be more efficient on it. So I ended up playing that year just my team and basically the offline my career games. Then I later progressed to NBA 2K24, failed again when making a point guard build. Then I later decided like probably just enjoy making a random build that probably fits my gameplay rather than checking out other YouTube builds. So basically my mentality on 2K24 was to make like Kobe Bryant slash LeBron James build. So I'd focus around making an all-around build at the same time, focused on mainly on shooting, not on dunking or finishing attributes. Then I kind of enjoyed the art of shooting, and I kind of felt good on that wing build. So I further replicated it when NBA 2K25 came around. Then that's where everything changed when the small builds was quite dominant again. So I made a safe build. Basically, the most efficient build that I've made was the Stephen Curry build, which I'm currently rocking at the moment with the Vet 2. So I'll be sharing my build on this one. I know like most of us are going now to 2K26, but I believe like some people are still hanging around for NBA 2K25, and if you're looking for that build that you probably enjoy and probably feel invincible shooting, I guess this build would help. Mostly I'm focused on the rack. I played almost 1200 games, so at the moment there's 4 games left to go proper 1200, but I've garnered 20,900 points, which is quite insane for me. I don't see myself as a like an efficient scorer, but this year round I managed to fall in love with the art of shooting. So I managed to have like a decent 3-point percentage, which is 57.8%, which I'm quite happy and quite proud of it. Tried playing, since this is like a small build, the 6'2" shooting guard. I know like on some occasions I get matched up on, or I get switched on a point guard position, especially when most of my teammates are tall players. So it's a decent build. I got 3,824 assists versus the 1,645 turnovers. I would say it's a promising build for someone who's as a noob as me, who's still just starting to get on the mechanics of the dribbling animations and also with the passing styles and passing tendencies. And with this build going to the right person with the right mentality and right skill, I think it's gonna be pretty unstoppable. Other than that, I guess my free throws has been quite nice, 92.7%, 58.1% on my field goals. I think mostly it's because of the mid-range and also with the fast break dunks. Aside from that, I would say I get to manage to finish some of my Euro step layups, and that's mostly it. So I'm not quite skilled, not very skilled, but I know this build has a lot of potential when it goes to the right player. So let's get right through in making the Stephen Curry build. So basically, my build is a shooting guard, which is standing at 6'2". But if you want to make it as a point guard, you can. I think the only difference is that's why I went through the shooting guard, because I would rather shoot more than pass the ball, basically. And I didn't have those. I don't have the skill like to create shots for myself. So if you're gonna be a point guard, basically the mentality is you'll be able to create shots for yourself, at the same time have the eyes to see other players around you, because if those players have been locked by the opponents and you don't have that right pass, and the clock is ticking short, you have to make some decisions and make up a shot. So basically I don't have that skill when like comboing like the dribbling moves, but this build has the ability to create the shot necessary, so that's why I'm quite disappointed on myself. But if you're one of those players that is quite good in comboing those moves, I think this build is definitely right for you. So let's get to it. Shooting guard, my height is 6'2", and just hear me out, and it's quite strange, but when I was making this build, I was thinking about my wing build. Basically, I would consider him a lock build, but this 2K cycle, I've just noticed that if you don't have enough strength with your build on defense, you're gonna lose most of the time. You couldn't guard most of the guards because they're just quite very fast. And if you're gonna go for a shooting guard, you'll most of the time be rotated to the small forward build, which will be, in that case, will be matched up with taller players. So I would say it should be ideal for you to make up a build that has enough strength, which is currently at 77. So I wanted to be at around 80 at least. So to make that Stephen Curry build as well, I was aiming to make a 99 3-point shot. So at the moment it's 94. So we have to bring it down until we reach 99. So if we go 6'3", well, it will reach right away to 99. But the problem is, if you go the proper 6'2", your still attribute are capped at 94. I would say I was trying to aim for a 9, at least a 96. Be reasonable, because if I go 6'4", I wanted a 99 still, to be honest. And if I go 6'5" to reach 99 still, my 3-point percentage drops at 95. So I guess I'm not gonna wreak too much havoc on defense. I'll just focus on my main love, which is the love for shooting, basically. And I would say 96 steals is more than enough to play decent defense. Plus, you get that at least like a Hall of Fame or a purple badge, at least a purple badge for interceptor or gloves. So I think that's quite reasonable. Since you're making this Stephen Curry build, so basically, if you think about Stephen Curry, come on, he can shoot half courts. So the only way you can shoot half court on this game, if your shooting attribute is at least 90, should it be 99 right away from the bat? Because just remember, this game has cap breakers, and cap breakers are quite helpful. And because the 3-point shot is not cheap. It would cost you a lot of potential attributes, which is quite essential to other attributes. So in this case, I went for a 94 3-point percentage, 3-point attribute. So it will get us Deadeye, limitless range, mini marksman, and set shot specialist as well. In both of them, like all three of them, or in all four of them, are in gold basically. I would say keep your mid range to 84. Free throws. So let's not meddle around free throws just yet because we might need the other attributes for other purposes. The next one I would say is you need to keep an eye on your speed rating. I was trying to aim for a 90 speed rating, but I could probably use my extra cap breakers on my speed, but I'll focus on my shooting more or less, so at least an 88. It could get me to a silver slippery off ball, and I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring my agility up to a 87 so that we can get a gold slippery off ball and a gold shifty shooter. So once we reach our 3-point shooting attribute to a 99, shifty shooter would go legend basically. So let's try and make it legend. So you got 4 attributes now in legend, and once you get that, cap breakers, at least 5 cap breakers to make it legend. So it would benefit you if you manage to have, if you're already on veteran, or if you've been grinding all season long and managed to get all of the level rewards. Then I would say let's move on to our perimeter defense, because playing as a guard is not quite easy this 2K cycle. Aim for a 94 perimeter defense. There we go. It's gonna bring us to gold challenger, which is quite good. And I would say we aim for a 94 steal. And we're just gonna keep our block because I think I managed to get some decent blocks on this build as well, and some decent defense when playing against tall guards. But when you're playing with guards that are under 6'5", you can manage like to catch them and probably pick their pockets as well when they're making a risky dribbling move. So basically it's more on the timing and on the IQ as well when you're playing defense. Rebounding, I would say don't focus too much on rebounding. And when I mentioned earlier that the strength really plays a huge role on this game, so aim for the maximum setting for the strength, which is 80. Our interior defense will go to 50 at the moment, and vertical at least 60. This we could get that aerial wizard. Now we go for our driving dunk. I know in this game the most efficient driving dunk animation is from Devin Booker. So Devin Booker's driving dunk animation is 80. So I would say just go 80. And this year, I would say the standing dunks are quite are a cheese basically. They're like a cheat code. And 45 would get you, I think, at least one decent standing dunk animation. And you don't need to time it, just press or tap the shot button or the dunk button with the sprint button as well, so that you can get the standing dunk animation. Now we move on to the driving layup. For me this year, I fell in love with the driving layup animation of Derrick Rose, merely because I get this funky Euro step floater, which most guards and most centers can get frustrated if they timed it wrong, if they're trying to block it basically, because it goes on the side, which I'll try to show you the animations later on, and it's quite insane and it's quite OP, and I'll show you some gameplay footage as well on how you can exploit that driving layup animation. So Derrick Rose driving layup, it's around 77 I think. So I think pretty much this build is almost done, and now we're gonna upgrade our free throws to make it at least a 84, especially if you're trying to play Pro-Am, and if you have a Pro-Am team. 84 free throws will surely be decent enough, like, to make those crucial free throws in the fourth quarter. And since this is a smaller build, you cannot leave it at 53 passing accuracy. You have to bring it up to at least a 71 to get you a decent animation. And so far this year, I think a decent passing animation to be right around 70 pass accuracy was Paolo Banchero. So I would say we'll get to see those passing animations later on. Next one, I did promise that this build will give you some decent dribbling animation, or some OP animation for the skilled players. So the ball handling, I would say go for 90. Now we're stuck. I was aiming for a 90 speed ball, so I would say you don't need a 74 close shot basically. Let's bring it down to 69. And mid-range, I think it's probably alright to 84. That balances it out. Speed ball, let's try to make it to 90. Interior defense, I think it's okay, 50. There's something that triggered a misstep with most of this stuff. Vertical, let's stick it around 60. And there you go, 90. At least we get that gold lightning launch. It's quite overpowered, and once you get that extra cap boost, you can bring it around purple lightning launch. And if you get those extra cap breakers for your ankle assassin, I would say upgrade it to a 95 ball handling, so that you can unlock the overpowered dribbling animations that are locked for only a starter, for only like a starter 4 could open it up. So basically, and I would say you can put it around the, and I'll just mess it around. I'll put it on the offensive rebound. So once you finish this build, it will give you shades of Derek White, Hal Greer, and Donovan Mitchell, which is quite decent. I know we were aiming for a Stephen Curry build, for a Stephen Curry shades of, but I will tell you, to get Stephen Curry, you need to be 99 at least 3-point. So you'll get to it once you get that cap breaker. So let's jump through the animations that I managed to get for this builds.